Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today for a midweek mini project. And today I'm playing with the Ranunculus Romance. I think that's the name. Ranunculus, that's the one. It's really good. I love it because it's like a vintagey style set, really gorgeous. So it's got some really lovely sentiments, so thank you for sharing your heart, just for you, just because, and hello. But at the same time, it's got this sort of Parisian feel. It has sort of, it looks like an old sunbook here for jewelry, and you've got your Eiffel Tower sort of post-it sort of stamp, Lil here, so that's all sort of Parisian, but you've got your flowers and everything else. I just quite like the idea of this set. As always, I don't know what I'm going to be creating with it. I've got 3 cards to create. I've got a few things on my desk today just to play with, and we'll see where we go. So I did pick up some shimmer paper here. So this is 13.8 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres, and I thought we could have a splash at putting some water onto this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Balmy Blue. Let me pick up Smoky Slate, and finally should we go for a darker blue, do we reckon? Something like Night of Navy, are we thinking? Or should we go for a pink? Oh, hang on. Blushing Bride, maybe. Yeah, let's go that way instead, as I want to keep it really light. Okay, let me grab a couple of blocks. So I'm sure you've all seen me do this a million times, and the reason why I'm starting out doing the watercolour at the start is then hopefully I can put my base to the side, make my other 2 cards, and come back and finish the watercolour card at the end. So let's start with the blue up on this side. So for watercolouring, if you know me, I shove my block into the pad like that. You get quite a bit of ink then come onto the block, which you can use for the project. If you don't want to do it that way, you can always, let me just check, this is Smoky Slate. Instead of pushing this into the Smoky Slate, you can just pop a little dot of the re-inker on there, and I managed to get it on the lid, so I'm going to put that to the side before I mess myself up with that. It's really up to you which way you go with it. You know, you can do either. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that on the sticker side, but I never thought. This is when I used to have classes. I used to put my stickers on them, so everybody knew whose was theirs and I knew whose was mine. So then all you need to do with your Stampin' Spritz or any water that you've got is just pop a little bit of spray into the ink to start mixing it. Oh, no, I still have some in. Oh, I know, it's because I'm not spraying straight, I'm spraying crossways. And then you want your aqua marker, so I'm just going to wipe that on my towel because it was looking a bit blue. In there we go. You can play with as much water as you want by keep pressing the barrel, and I am just going to pop this onto my card to give sort of a blue rinse to that. I don't want it to be anything too precise, I don't want to be too neat, I just want a wash on there. That's okay. I'm going to go straight across and jump into the grey. I'm not going to clean it between because I'm going to mix the 2 together. I'm going to put some more water in with that. So I'm just squishing this as I go to actually get some more water in there so it all goes into one. And then again, I'm just going to go straight into this one. So normally I do clean between colours, but because this card I'm going from one colour to another and I'm trying to mix them and blend them into each other, I'm not caring about that. And you'll notice I'm taking the pink right into the grey and the grey right back out. There we go. And then I'm just going to put that to the side to dry while we go on to card 2 and card 3. And I'm just dropping those onto my Stampin' chamois at the same time so they can actually start to clean. Right. for all intents and purposes, first card up then. So I have got a piece of basic white cardstock here, and actually I'm going to have a smaller piece. So this is one of my large pieces because I normally have 2 card sizes that I use. I'm actually going with 9.5 centimeters by 13.8, so I can then put it onto a colour backing. That's a good idea. And I'm going to use my flower because I like that. I'm going to use this sort of script writing because I like that. I'm going to use this postage stamp here because I love that. I might use the flower as well. Oh gosh, I'm using everything. And I'm going to use thank you for sharing because I just love that. Right. Okay, I'm going to be playing with grey granite, basic grey, and Sahara sand for this card, I think, currently, at the moment. So it's currently in my head anyway. You know me on these ones, it quite often changes. So I'm going to take the script first that's on this sort of writing piece, and I'm just going to drop that lightly on 2 sections of this card, like that. I'm going to grab my sponging brush, and I'm just going to take that and just rub it very lightly over both parts that I've put that on. Okay, I haven't done much with it, I've just put a light bit of shading on it. Okay, basic grey, which is the darker one. No, grey granite. Let's go with that. So that's back to a slightly lighter one. This is where you know that my midweek minis have no plan, because I change and I switch from one to the other. Oh look, I missed part of that, so that's my bad stamping, that is. And I'll prove to you actually, if you're looking at buying a stamp set and you want to know if that actually really works and it's not me being daft. There you go, it's caught it all on that. It was me being daft, but I'm okay with that. I'm not going to fiddle with it. Very unlike me. Normally I fiddle and fiddle, and when I make a mess I fiddle and fiddle and fiddle and fiddle and fiddle until I've made the mess 10 million times worse. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I'm then going to use the basic grey on the little postage stamp detail. And finally, I'm going to grab a piece of scrap basic white. Take the lid back off my basic grey and pop my sentiment on here. Thank you for sharing your heart. I like that. And I'm going to, am I going to punch that out? I'm not sure if it's going to be, oh it's not, it's the right size for the scalloped part of the oval punch, so that's good, because I was thinking I'm going to have to get my dies out and that's going to add extra time into this. Okay, so let me grab some cardstock for the back. I have a whole heap of cardstock literally just sat here waiting to use. I don't think I've got any greys left. I have them all in A4 format over there, and then whenever I need them I just cut them down 4 times and save the others, so I've got card backgrounds for all of them, but I quite like it with the early espresso, so I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, oh no. I keep trying to use, if you watch my videos, you must know, I tell you in every single video, I keep trying to use the end of my Tombow up. I don't want to throw them away with glue still in them. But I have about 6 of them that are all about the same level as that one. And I keep trying to get to the end of them, and they keep magicking to have more glue in them. And you stick them back upside down after a video and you come to the next one and there's loads of glue back in them again. They're magical, they really are. So There we go. I'm going to pop that onto a white card base. So I've just thrown that Tombow away because I did realise I was getting to the end of it. So I'm going to try this one next. But yeah, I seem to always be using them thinking, oh, I'll get to the end soon. I can, you know, open a new one that's a proper one. I don't keep having to shake before I use each time. But no, the glue just magnifies. There we go. And I'm trying to work out whether I want that on there or whether I actually want to put a tie or a bow or some sort of ribbon on there. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I was just looking up to see which one I'd put on, and I don't really want to put a coloured one on. Perhaps maybe the crinkled seam binding, possibly. Maybe. I don't think I want to wrap it round. I think I just want it as a bow. I just want some sort of detail. So I'm just going to cut me a small bow out of that. Yeah, okay, all right. Kind of covers the flower, but it does look quite nice to have a little bow on there. And let's just snip that so it looks a bit more manageable. There we go. So in all intents and purposes, that's card number one, because we didn't make the other one up, did we? So there's card number one, and I might put some embellishments on that at the end. Card number two. So I'm actually going to grab some scrap basic white again. I'm going to come back with my flower. I'm going to come in with a grey granite again. That's what I used previously. Stamp that there, and that's proof it does have a nice outline on that. It was just me being stupid. Sometimes I like it to be the stamp so it doesn't make it look like it's me that's silly, but it never is. The stamps are always brilliant, and it's my user error. So I'm just going to trim that down so I have a bit of a panel going on with that. And then have I got any Misty Moonlight cardstock in my magic little box of tricks? I have, just there. So I want that on there like that. So let me just grab my Tombow again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the Misty Moonlight down so that it's got the same panel on both sides. Like that, so it looks just like it's framed by it rather than actually mounted on it. And what I'm going to do is, so this card, Pet DSP paper, is the Blessings of Home. Or Home Blessings of, yeah, that one. Cut that down at 10.5 centimetres by 14.8 centimetres, so it will be the exact same size as my card base. That can go on there like that. Sentiments, I'm going to go with Just For You now. I'm going to keep it in grey granite because A, I've got that out with the lid off, so it makes sense, but also it will follow what's on the card. My scrap basic white. just for you. I'm going to chop that out of that one, and then I'm going to come and use the scalloped bit in the remainder of that Misty Moonlight there. Just for you. And you know why I've got that ribbon out? Pop a little bit there because that'll be under my sentiment, so it won't matter that it's not covering the whole of the ribbon, but it will just keep it in place so that I can turn it around and stick it down. Yeah, this is the gorgeous back of the Home Blessing Suite. To be honest, normally I go for floral paper. I think florals are just amazing. But I've hardly used any of the floral side because I keep using the wood side on these. So card base, fold it, burnish it, stick the full DSP sheet down. There we go. How beautiful does that look as just a card base? You don't need to really put anything on that, do you? But I have. So I'm going to put this base flat. I'll pop this one up with dimensionals. Again, I'm going to make myself a teeny tiny little faux bow. So this for people who do bows or who struggle to do bows. If you wrap the ribbon around the paper, you can do a bow. However, if you stick the ribbon around the paper, and you can make a bow in your hand here that looks a million times better than what it would be if you're struggling with all the card. Cut it off and stick it on. To me, it's sometimes a lot easier to do. Okay, I'm just going to put my bow on sideways. There we go. And I'll grab some gems to embellish that one as well once I've finished my watercolour one. So now my water's finished and it's all completely dry. I'm going to grab the writing again. I'm going to go Sahara Sand again. And I'm just tapping this the most lightest ever, and I'm not even tapping it down much because I don't want it to really show on my card. And I'm going to do the badge the same. And the reason why it's coming a little bit darker is because I didn't wash off the basic grey from before, which by the way is fine. And I'm just going to grab some scrap grid paper and pop that underneath here. Because again with Sahara Sand, I'm just going to pop a few of this sort of pattern trim around like that. And then my grey granite. For my main flower. There, and finally I've got my Just For You sentiment again, and I'm just trying to work out whether I do want that in basic grey this time. It'll stick out if it's in basic grey, but will it stick out too much? Oh, I tell you what, after saying will it stick out too much, look at this. I am really going dark with this. Just For You. I'm going to go black. Now that is dark. That is it sticking out a million miles away, isn't it? So now I want, and I know I'm going to be not having it, some black. I don't think I have it in here. I think I'm going to have to go and recut some, but it's got to be black because I put the black on there. So let me just, it's This is what I mean. I have all my coloured cardstock in packs at the side of my desk. You can always check my craft room tour. It will tell you how I do this. But then what I do is I cut them all down. So this will be 10 by 14.3. And then what I do when I finish this video is I will cut these other ones down so they're all the same and put them in that little box so that I have them for the next video I do. Just double check that's the right size on there. Yes and yes. Okay. Gosh, it's so windy today. I can hear it howling around my building. If you hear the wind howling through the video, that's the wind. So then, there's card 1, card 2 and card 3. I am going to bling these up. So what I actually do have is the in colour faceted squares for this one. I also have normal rhinestones for this one, and I'm going to go with the iridescent rhinestones for this one. So actually I'm going to be using a mixture on all of the cards. So use my take a pick tool. I'm actually getting to the end of my take a pick tool. I've got a load of new heads. I keep them at the back of my desk just here. They're always best to keep because this is really handy, this putty tool. So I'm just going to grab these off. One big, one medium, one small. Over here, oh, I'm trying to work out. I'm going to go with small, I think. So I just want this to be a very sort of understated statement. Don't ask why I like going in 3s with my embellishments. If you watch any of my videos, you'll notice. I don't know why. Because I'm normally someone who likes symmetrical. So no idea why I don't like symmetrical on my card projects, but there we go. Bit of blingy bling bling on there. And we have 3 cards using the Ranunculus Romance set. It is a really pretty set. It's available from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net, as is everything I have used today. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got this set or you get this set and you create any of these cards, please do let me know by taking a picture of them and tagging them in on Instagram with me. You can head over to my Instagram page. I normally have more card products and inspiration over there. And if it's the first time of stopping by, please make sure you subscribe so you can see more of my content. Thanks everybody. I will see you soon. And don't forget to tell me 1, 2, 3, which one's your favourite. I'll tell you right now, mine is 1. Thanks everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye.
I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store, www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.